Hey guys, what's up? I'm this punk guy. Thanks for joining me for another album review. If you saw the title card, you already know we're going to be having a little chat about the band Clowns. So let's just jump right into it. So here we go, the fourth full-length album from the band Clowns. I like it. It's cool, like kind of emo goth-looking cover. I dig it nonetheless. Nature Nurture. So if you guys aren't familiar with the band Clowns, they're a hardcore band from Melbourne, Australia. This is their fourth full-length album, and this was released on Fat Records here in the US. Their last album, Lucid Again, came out in 2017. So this is kind of an exciting time for them because I feel like they're kind of branching out and reaching a bigger audience with this album. And definitely I'm one of those people because I've never really heard about them at all. And then I heard they were getting released on Fat Records, so I had to take a listen to. So the band Clown considers themselves to be a hardcore band, and to me, they're not really a hardcore band, or not a straightforward hardcore band anyway. They do mix a lot of elements of post-punk and early 70s punk into their sound. So, like I said, they're very different and unique as into the hardcore genre, which isn't a bad thing at all. They just, to me, aren't a straightforward hardcore band like they say they are. But the mix on this album is amazing. Everything sounds great. I don't really have any complaints about anything. The leads are great. The drums are great. Everything on the tracking is mixed perfectly, I think. But if I would have to nitpick something about this album that I didn't like sonically, I would have to say the singer Steve Williams. He sings sometimes at a screechingly, eerily high pitch. Him and the other singer, Hannah, and their voice is so high pitch at points, it's really kind of hard to understand what they're saying. And it's not like a screaming, it's more like a really high pitched squeak at times. And that's the only downfall I would say about this band that I don't really care for, is when they get into that really, really high octave. Now, this is the first time this band has had such a big platform to expose their music to new people, which is cool because it exposed me to this band, so I was really looking forward to hearing it. Their first track they pre-released was the song Prick on Fat Records, and that is what actually made me interested in this band, because I was like, okay, another band on Fat, you know, what else is new? But I heard it, and I loved it. I thought it was great. I thought it was an amazing song. So the song Prick is not only their fastest song, but it's a really great song lyrically. It's about being able to separate the artist from the art and saying, you know, maybe that person's a douchebag, but his music's still great, and really, what is the line to draw for that between artist and art? And so the best part to me is when they ramp up the epilogue and it goes even to a faster tempo to put a real explanation on that, but he's a prick! So it's a really fun song to sing along to. And it's a really great track to start off this album to let people know who they are on this bigger platform. So Blind is the New Black is the opening track to this album. And I gotta say, god damn, it's a fucking banger, dude. It is a great, great song. It's amazing. It's my favorite song on this album. It's a really good song that, you know, like the lyrics talk about, you know, how kind of punk is the same now and everything. No one has a real different opinion. Everyone kind of thinks the same. And really, it's kind of homogenous as the scene goes, and how, like, in the 80s and in the 90s, it was dangerous, but not anymore because everyone's so accepting of the subculture now. So not only is the lyrical content great, I really like that they have a really strong opinion about things. And I really do love the back and forth of the vocals between Hannah and Steve. It really shows off their dynamic. So I think it's kind of ironic that Nature and Nurture, the two title tracks that are supposed to bookmark this album into a theme, I didn't really care for either one of those. They do a lot of these, like, guitar, like, lead melodies that I said remind me of a lot of, like, post-punk bands. Kind of like Fugazi-esque in a way. Sometimes in a good way and sometimes in a bad way. In these songs, not so much in a good way. So in general, some of these songs aren't really that great. They do fall flat for me. Songs like Pray For Us are just, like, okay, passable. Sometimes even forgettable. And although, in a juxtaposition to that, I Want to Feel Again is an amazing song, and that song is one of those songs where it has those post-punk elements in it that, and they slow down the tempo in the beginning, and he actually, like, sings and makes you feel what he's emoting. Really great track. But like I said, it's kind of hit and miss on this album. I would say about half and half. So in conclusion, this album is a super, super unique hardcore album. Like I said, not a traditional hardcore album. They do a lot of things outside the box that are different, which is fun. definitely, it was exciting to listen to this album the first time through. The second time through, okay, I started picking out the songs I liked and I didn't like, but like I said, it's a unique album on its own. And for that, I'll give it a 3.5 out of 5 stars. Definitely because it's worth a listen to, for sure. Is it the album of the year like everyone's talking about? It's up to you. Let me know what you guys thought about it. I do think Steve's voice at times gets super high pitched and it's almost unlistenable to at times. And you know, you have to crank the volume down just because it's ear piercing sometimes. But when he's not hitting those notes, like I said, like in songs like I Want to Feel Again where he's actually singing, it's really, really good. Their musicianship is also like super top notch on this. These guys know their instruments and they're masters at it. I really do like the time they took to create these unique sounds that you don't hear in other hardcore albums. A lot of experimental things going on in here. So I think that's why it's kind of a hit or miss, is because it's experimental. They're trying new things. Some of them work, some of them don't. But definitely not your traditional Fat Records band, that's for sure. Thanks for joining me. If you guys like this album review, I got another clown one coming up, so don't forget to like, add, and subscribe to my channel. And until then, I'll see you at a show!
Don't get me wrong, guys, I really did like this band. They were a really unique and interesting band. I love really being exposed to new bands too. So if you have a band and you would like me to review it, write it down in the comments or get in touch with me at this punk guy. Let me know what you guys want to hear. Until then, check out my playlist on the left-hand side. Thanks. See you guys in the next review.